we were approaching, oh yeah, here, join discussion, that we were approaching the area where once we broke here, I don't see any reason we're not going to drop another 80 to 100 pips down to here was what I was saying. So I expected it to come off a little bit intraday and then before it tried to push on. And that's pretty much what happened, right? I mean, it was like moments after I posted that. I don't know what time it was. 60, so pulled back almost 45 pips. Like it was right after I posted it. But yeah, I mean, she's busted loose. Now, you know, nobody here in this room should be surprised about the drop. Is there anyone? Be honest with me. Is there anyone surprised that we're down here? I don't see how you could be, because fractally, tell me that this does not. This is what happens. Look at the weekly, right? This is exactly how price is going to move, and this is where it's going to have its first fight. This is normal. The only difference is it's on a weekly, so it takes forever. So maybe you're not used to that part of it. But I'm going to argue this is about as clean as it gets. You know, you jettison up to the first resistance, and the first resistance being the fib. There you go. To the fib. First time, first touch, an aggressive drop back to the reverse fib. Then a retest of it. Then it's like, okay, well, okay, we are at resistance. Then it's like, yes, but that's not enough. Overshoot deep into the resistance, and now we're back at it. So what would you probably expect next? Maybe a little lower, maybe, but then maybe it comes back up again, and then you end up with a probably something that looks a little like this. You don't know if you're going to go up or down, but probably something next week, at least like this. And then we're going to find out at that point. You see what I'm getting at? This is the normal flow of things. Okay, so what you're looking at now is the beginning of this fib the other way. You see? And we're almost done our Stochs cycle. How's our Stochs cycle looking on the daily? Russell, do you remember the last thing I said to you yesterday in private? Yeah, well, not the last thing, but at the end of the live class, I said, look out for that hourly Stoch. It says, you were saying about the long. I'm like, yeah, but that hourly Stoch is saying it's time. It's going to go down. It's not going to make it where we thought it was going to be. That's almost complete. So to me, I mean, this is tying into today's point, by the way. I'm not like dragging things on. I still think we're going to go down around 29.70 today. Who thinks that? Tonight, even. So, but the problem is we're not really where we can short it now. And that would complete us, you know. But look at the 5 EMA. Look how far. Can you see that, or do I need to zoom in a little bit? Of course, you probably already saw this on your own. This is 130.95. Now, I don't expect it to get to 95, but once it gets to about 70s, I think you can say it's hit. What do you think? But that's 100 pips, man, from here to here. So, with that in mind, my plan today is a little harder to read, I think, because honestly, guys, you know, we may have had difficulty nailing our short locations to a T, but you don't get, this is pretty much straightforward. 3 straight beautiful Londons. You got to admit, over $1.50 for 3 straight Londons. Would you agree with that? 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. I mean, come on. So I have 2 things here. I've got the 4-hour, and while I do expect a move fib at some point, I think that happens more off 29.70. A move fib, I think, is the one that gets us back up here on the weekly before that. That I'm not expecting that tonight. I don't know about you. But that's why I have this first swing drawn on the 4-hour. Do you see that? And you can see it probably more clearly on the hourly. I would think it's possible. This would be the daily 5 return, right? And then that. But I also think that there's a very good chance, if you look at this swing here, right here, that one on like a 15, that's why you see an alarm at 30:48. I do think that about a half an hour we could be sitting right here. Okay? And then we could finish the job before London as well. Is anyone thinking that? If that happens, then we'll spend the rest of the day fighting our way back to the daily 5. So it's one of those two, I think. So, I don't know which. How the hell would I know? I didn't mean to erase it, but 3080 zone is absolutely the daily 5. So that is where I would expect it no matter what, right? Any questions other than just Russell? Is there anybody else? Comments, questions? So these are the two areas there's no question I'd be interested in doing something at. And then there's there's a little shuffle that could happen at pre-London. Okay? And that shuffle is basically that shuffle could be right here. Fair enough? Hey, Morty Allen, do you understand what I'm saying? Arguments? Russell has sort of the same plan. Anybody else? So, the daily 5 is all the way up here. There's no question I'd short that, but and if it gets up there, then obviously I think it would go to finish the job at 29.70. But I think there's a very good chance that right from this swing here, right there, that we just go ahead and we just grind up over the next, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30, and then finish the job before London, I mean. So I don't know which it's going to be, but there's one thing for sure. We're off the daily 5, and even now we're off the 4-hour 5. Notice where the 4-hour 5 is. Right about where I'm talking about. So right now, I would love nothing more than for it to go up about 25, 30 pips. So the next two locations I'm interested in are 30, 40, 50 zone and 129, 80, or 70 zone. Fair enough? That's why you see a swing fib on this 15-minute here. Okay? I got my alarm at 44. You got a closed Bollinger Band here, so it's not looking like it's going to want to go down first, but I at least think we can try to ride that 4-hour 5. And look where we're going to be sitting here. We'll have a stochastic cycle that's probably complete by then, right? And we'll be sitting somewhere around 40, and we're probably looking at a continuation short here into London Open. And then if that happens, then London's going to try to pressure it up to the daily 5. Okay? That's my plan anyway. The trade I can't take probably is the short here at the 21 EMA. After a double bottom, after the drop we've had, I can't do that. I'm just going to pass on that. Especially when it's off. Now, here's something to consider. It could drop from here because notice how you're riding the hourly 5 here. But this is just not something that I would want to see. I'm going to have to ignore that one. But this one here, for a lot of reasons, I would have to take a shot on that, especially if time of day is right. All right?